as educators, like what are some things that we need to do to, help you, assist you, in the classroom? Obviously, a lot of quote unquote home training is what I'm hearing on this call right now. The things that you apply at home, kind of go over into the classroom. But, what are some other things?
So I'll just start from the top piece of,
Mm-hmm.
and I think two things, especially for high school, is making sure that when they leave home, they know why they're coming to school and whatever it takes to make sure that they walk in the door recognizing that they have some sort of purpose and worth. And that's intangible, but it makes a world of difference. And, I would say that's the first piece. And then the second piece is, following through and doing the things that we're talking about here, which is basically, providing that exposure, helping them to see what's out here in the world, opportunities for, gaining responsibility, learning to do laundry. That's no trivial thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's real life, but it's also teaching responsibility, it's providing experiences. And so when there's learning in class, they're able to make the connections because we're always, being told, make sure that you connect what you're teaching them to real life. How do they define real life? Real life is what the parents have presented, to
Mm-hmm.
them as real life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So those would be my two things.
Yep. And I like the confidence building that you shared. I was looking at an IG clip with Kirk Franklin, and he was talking about, his beginning phases of being a musician, in the church, but then starting his first album, which also blew up. But even when he, did that on a high level, he was never told good job as a kid.
Mm,
So even though he had mastered some of that, he was still, lacking confidence in his ability where he was drawing and pulling crowds. And to me, I kind of got a little misty-eyed just thinking about it. Like, you're an adult and no time during that time where you were, probably from an infant all the way up, you never
mhm,
heard the word good job. I mean, that was startling to me. And it also just lets me know that there are a lot of students out here that don't hear that affirmation, from home. And it's important. And it doesn't take a lot. I mean, I think sometimes people think they have to go out of their way to really provide some type of affirmation or accolade to their child, and it doesn't. I mean, it can be a hand clap, it can be a fist bump. I mean, it can just be some kind of interaction. And don't, so, I mean, to parents, take time to, when you see something, even if it's improvement, you can still say, you did a great job trying
yeah.
this. Now let's try to see if we can optimize it in a different way or get better at it. So I like the fact that you talked about that.
And we've got to stop passing trauma down through generations. Just because somebody mistreated you, called you stupid, talked about your weight, talked about your color, whatever it is, you break that cycle. Don't go do it to your kids, and we've got to learn how to be intentional to your point of like speaking positivity to our kids to change that. They are humans, they have feelings, they matter. And again, we laughed about it at the beginning because it was funny, but so many people have memories of things that people said to them when they were kids, still like the Kirk Franklin thing. But I think all of us
Mhm.
probably remember where
Yeah.
somebody in our family hurt our feelings. It may not be your parents, but somebody did it. And you also remember if somebody didn't stand up for you in that moment. And
Mhm.
so, like, how do we change that? And I think that's where the social emotional learning piece comes in that schools are trying to incorporate. But like, we've got to adopt that at home.
Mhm.
And I think some people will say, "Well, nobody did that for me," or "I didn't know,
With the
I
dog.
don't know how to do it." And it's like when you don't know what to do the opposite of what was done to you, right? Like, and you know how you feel. You know how it feels when your partner talks bad to you. You know how it is if your boss talks down to you. And then we go right around and we do that to our kids. And I
Mhm.
think we have to really check ourselves.